Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me in Denmark. The weather is glorious. We have something very exciting to go and take a look at today, something that I've been looking forward to sharing with you. Now, of course, we're on my big tour around Europe, having just collected my SF90 Stradale from the Ferrari homeland down in Italy. We've driven all the way around, but we're now in Denmark because today we're going to be heading over to the home of Lego. We're going to Lego House in Billund, where there is something new for us to take a look at, very on theme for the fact that we're currently driving with a Ferrari. Now, if you know my videos from the museum, from my garage, I'm a big fan of Lego. I have a lot of Lego cars on display. So needless to say, I'm quite excited about what we're about to be taking a look at. So let's hop on board the SF90, head on over to Lego, and I'll show you exactly what we're talking about. By this point, we've hopefully made it back home already with the SF90, probably about double the number of miles on it that we have right now. But today, during the Where's Shmee tour here in Denmark, we're taking a sneak peek ahead of time, an exclusive behind the scenes look in the vault at Lego at something new that we can finally share. Now, as a big fan of both Lego and Ferrari, this is a collaboration I'm quite excited about. So let's get this started in hybrid mode. We're actually kicking off from a fairly beautiful square here, back by the train station. We're going to go for the short drive. It's about 45 minutes from here over towards Billund and Lego House, where I've been to visit once before. I've had a couple of my cars here in Denmark before, but today we're going to have a full look around, check out in the vault, and you'll see why that's quite so exciting when we get there. And of course, it's all about something new. So let's make our way out of town and on the road over towards Lego House. This is a really good day to be out for a drive, and if I can say so myself, a rather fabulous car to be driving in. We've got a few twists going through the trees. To be honest, Ferrari have an amazing lineup right now. The GTs like the Roma and the 812s, through to the mid-engine cars, the 296, the SF90, the F8 as well, and of course they have a pretty spectacular lineage of hypercars, we can say. Cars that contain V12s and can sometimes be without a roof. Talking without a roof, it would be quite nice to be in a Spider right now, I'm not going to lie, as we head up the hill around some of these corners. But they happen to make a new, very limited edition, rather exciting Icona series car, which probably links to where we're headed now in some form. Anyway, we're only about 15 minutes away from Billund, from Lego, so let's get there and see what it's all about. You know you're arriving in the land of Lego when you go past some bricks at the side of the road. This is Billund, where Lego originate from. Of course, you have Legoland as well, and you have Lego House, Lego Ideas House, and some very, very interesting places that are home to a lot of the special historical sides of Lego. So let's go this way. Yes, I can see the sign to Lego House. All right, not far to go. The fun thing is that we go around the corner here, and this is Lego House right in front of us, which is of course designed to look like a series of Lego bricks, 21 Lego bricks, and happens to be home to the kind of experience center where you can come and visit. It opened back in 2017. I know exactly where we're heading though. We're gonna have a proper look around here today. And of course, it's about seeing what they've got that is brand new. It would be a shame not to grab a few pictures, so I've just parked up the SF90 for a moment in front of Lego House, in front of the Lego bricks, but the purpose of today is what's waiting for us inside, so let's go straight on in and take a look. Welcome to Lego House. We're actually out of hours. The Lego store is closed, but we've got an exclusive opportunity to go for a little look around. And in fact, when you're inside here, and you look at the architecture of this building, it's actually really quite cool how they've done it. We've got the gigantic Lego tree, but come straight on in because we're going to head downstairs where there's plenty to go and take a look at, and of course, something new to find. This is actually the Lego History Collection. This is made from hundreds upon thousands, probably, of Lego pieces. But if we come through this way, it tells the entire story, effectively the museum of Lego from the very beginning, the wooden bricks, all the way through to some of the more recent sets. And I think pretty much every one of us has owned a Lego set at some point in time, some of the most famous of which are just around the corner. Cars and Lego have been a thing all the way through the company's history, and I'm sure that is a part of why, as a youngster, I was so into it all and why I have quite so many Lego car sets now. This room is a blast from the past. Looking around, there are so many sets that are familiar. For example, a pirate ship. I had a pirate ship when I was younger. We've got all of the trains on display in here, and even up this side, some of the cars as well, just scratching on the surface of it all. This is another awesome place to be able to visit. This is Lego Idea House, where we have even more of the history, some of the early castles and different sets all around. But there's one room in particular I'd quite like to come and show you just here, the Lego Technic automotive space. Just have a look at this. Plenty that I'm familiar with, including, by the way, this one right here, the Ferrari 488 GTE, which I do actually own, but I'm yet to assemble. But we're here for one specific thing, so let's head over to go and explore the vault. Here we are then. This is what we have come to see. Before we have the reveal and pull back those covers, I have to show you where we are at the moment. This is the vault, the archive. Every production Lego set from 1966 is stored on these shelves. We're going to have a quick look through, but if you're pretty keen on this stuff like I am, this is complete dreamland to be able to look through, to see all of these exclusive rare sets, so many different automotive collaborations, the different types of collections, the different series, all on these aisles as we make our way back in time, heading through the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, to the first row, 1966 to 1976. Come around the corner here and have a look at this. The story of Lego, where it began, the aisles to explore and take in. This is just extraordinary to be able to see. But I want to pick out a few key highlights. So we're going to head to the late 90s here, so row 12. You can move the shelves to open them up, because down here is something in particular that I'd like to show you quickly. So let's do this all the way. Come in here and take a look, because this is the first ever collaboration between Ferrari and Lego, the Scuderia Ferrari Formula One team. It was actually a promotional item, Lego system model team, back at the end of the 90s, 2000, and that sits just in there at the moment. But that is far from all, because as we continue through, of course, if we come to here, we have one of my absolute favourites, something actually missing from my collection that I'd love to find at some point down the line. But come and have a sneak peek down this one, and I can show you exactly what I'm talking about, which is what we have right here, talking Lego hypercars. This is the Lego Racers Ferrari Enzo, the 1:10 scale. Of course, Racers, the period of collaborations, the specific Ferrari cars. We even have the Scuderia Ferrari Formula One truck on top of it as well, and so many others to look at and explore. The Formula One car up here, for example, many different Ferrari F1 cars through the years, but this is still very much the start. There's another super rare one that I've been really excited to see today. If we just open this aisle, which is right down here, we have the 599 GTB Fiorano, again part of that set. We've also got the F430 Challenge as well, but we should come up this way, because all the way up here is what we've specifically come to see today. So come on, let's go and pull the covers off this. It's time for the reveal, and even the box, by the way, is exclusive for this car, the Lego Technic Ferrari Daytona SP3. Have a look at this and check out what it does on the side. We've got this reflection down below. As I open this up, you can see the reveal of the full car from Ferrari down there as well. Almost two fronts to the box with this. We're going to take a full look at that in just a moment. In the box itself, you have this 3-box layout. The instruction manual's 800 pages, by the way, but look at that, like the rear of the car. But anyway, what we're here to see today is this. So let's do it. Let's have the reveal of the Lego Technic Ferrari Daytona SP3. Look at that. This is so good, it's hard to put into words. Ferrari's latest Icona series hypercar in Lego Technic form. It's been a year and a half in the making. They've been through 50 prototypes to get this far. It has so many features and elements to it, the most advanced automotive Lego Technic ever, from things like the pistons in the engine that you can see moving, the sequential gearbox, the drivetrain, the drive shafts. You've also got the shocks for the suspension. You can open up various parts, you can remove the roof. They've made a new set of wheels exactly matching the full car as well. In fact, the largest wheels that Lego have made for a model. But just let me show you around this a little bit more. We've got 3,778 pieces in total. It would take approximately 20 hours to make this. Of course, it's red with the blue interior, just how the actual car was unveiled when I saw it. You've got the removable Targa roof panel to give us a look at that interior, where you've got the gear stick, which actually works. You can pop it into neutral, into reverse, or back forwards into drive. You've got the sequential paddles. I actually want to show you in the engine bay. Let's open up the engine bay lid here. As I shuffle it forwards and backwards, you can actually see the pistons shuffling in and out in the engine, which is amazing to see. In here as well, you can also press a button just under here and it will open up the dihedral doors. And look at the mechanism for that. Look at the way that this is engineered. And of course, you build this as you go. You take it all in as you're going through those 800 pages of the instruction manual. And even if I just lift it up to show you on the underside of this, you can actually see the sequential gearbox and how all of this works. You can see the working elements. You build these in stages as you go on through it. So many different parts, so much work to actually put this together to make it, and you have all the design elements which mimic the full car as well. Now, for the first time on this, all of the graphics, like the Cavallino, the shield on the front, and even on the sides of the car as well, these are all actually printed as opposed to stickers. So things like the headlights are a perfect detail. They're all accurately represented and placed. And obviously the Daytona itself as a car integrates so many elements of other Ferrari models. This V12 powertrain, you've got that 12-cylinder engine back there, you've got this dual clutch gearbox, and I particularly like this. If we just turn it around quickly and open up the doors, inside here you can genuinely press the shift paddles and turn it through the gears, which will change the way the pistons move inside the engine as you're shuffling it backwards and forwards. All of the attention to details and the engineering to be able to make this. And obviously you can see as I'm holding it, this is quite a significant item, but that experience about building it is what it's all about. And just the final result is absolutely spot on. It looks fabulous. After spending a little bit more time taking a look at this, there are even more elements and details to show you on it. You get the included Daytona SP3 plaque with some of the specifications and details included there. Inside the front, you have the bonnet, the hood that can open up. You actually have here the chassis plaque. You've even got a little arm that can hold it open. So just like in the real car where you'll have your personalised specifications plaque in the bonnet, you've got that. I think you might even have more space in there than the front of my SF90, which is kind of funny as a result. We also have steering that is linked. So if we go to the steering wheel here, you can actually turn the steering, which is quite fun as well. All of this level of engineering that's integrated into it all. And if I just spin this round so we can have a look a bit more at the back of the car as well, very accurately representing the design of the SP3. You also have all four-corner independent shocks for the suspension, which is quite fun, also included in a new system that they've used on a car for the first time, in particular with this as well. But one of the craziest things is that the whole of this is made by the team at Lego before they've ever even seen the real Ferrari Daytona SP3. They run off 3D models from Ferrari to create this, and yet it looks so perfectly matched to the actual car. It's just amazing to be able to look at and take in, I suppose, all of the details. Pop the Targa roof back in place also. Just absolutely fabulous. You can spend a lot of time looking at this. Of course, you can spend a lot of time putting it together as well and just learning all of those different stages. Truly wonderful. Quickly going to take a look at the unboxing of this. You have the three main boxes. I'm going to skip to the end, box number 3, just to begin, because inside here you have some of the final parts, plus you have those wheels, as I said, the largest wheels that Lego have ever created for one of the models. But I also want to show you in box number 1 where you have the build instructions and the books, because they actually have plenty of other nice little details as well. And this is quite heavy, obviously the best part of 4,000 pieces. for this. If we open this up, you have the two main books, and actually at the front of the first book, as well as of course the early stages, you have some additional information about the design process, about the model having the full size and the Lego Technic Daytonas together, and some of the team and their thoughts and input on the whole process, which is really quite nice to be able to take a look at, of course, prior to the commencement of the build, before you have that as your result. We've been having a further look around as well. There is so much to see here. I'd love to have a little bit more time. The only unfortunate thing for today is that I can't take one away with me yet. Hopefully there will be one coming to the Museum before long, but even if I could, I don't actually think I could fit it into the luggage space in the SF90 Stradale. So that wouldn't really help us all that much. For now, let's head back down to the car. We're going to be heading onwards, but so cool to have been here and to have seen that. It's time then to be back on the move and to say farewell to Lego House for now. I will certainly be returning before long because I'd love to go and explore a little bit more around there. And naturally, we're starting in the hybrid electric style to head off from here. I love driving this car, and it's so cool to have this collaboration between Lego and Ferrari continuing now with the Daytona SP3. I cannot wait to get my hands on one, honestly. This has been super, super exciting for me to be here today, to be here with Lego, to be part of this and to be able to share the sneak peek with you of the upcoming Daytona SP3, obviously launching in the imminent future, all the details of which will be down below as well if you're interested in that. But for sure, I'm going to be assembling one at the Museum in the very, very near future. For today though, what a fantastic outing this has been. A huge thanks to Lego. What an awesome opportunity, and a huge thanks as always to you guys for being part of this journey. I cannot thank you enough. Your support is hugely appreciated. But for now, onwards we head on towards the sunset, and be sure to see you again very soon. Cheers.